Italian word of the day for today, Friday, 31 July 2026 is laboratorio, which translates to English as laboratory. And a laboratory is a dedicated space for controlled experimentation, measurement, dedicated study. Perhaps is trying to take it and make it a little bit more inclusive. And there can be technical instruments, there can be journals, there can be that kind of stuff. And I've worked in a number of big words. I'm Tanis of Seattle, and I've worked in an experimental petrology laboratory where I did electroplating, I made rocks, grew crystals, that kind of thing. I have worked in a physical volcanology laboratory where I shook rocks. I took volcanic ash and shook it, sifted it by size so it could measure kind of how much from different volcanic deposits where the ash was of a certain size, that kind of thing. I've thinking forwards for my own, I do cardiology self-experimentation. So cardiology is study of the human heart and corresponding blood system for what I do, which can be grouped in is kind of like a subcategory of physiology. And so thinking of what I might put in a laboratory for that kind of a setting, and instead of a experimental petrology, like a microscope or vertical gas mixing furnace or the hot furnace, it might be materials for different types of measurement for blood pressure or blood glucose. It might be journals and logs and storage space, equipment for exercise, equipment for eating and measurement in relation to food, that kind of thing. I think that's one that I've done a little bit of scaffolding, so to speak, in terms of what that might include. However, I don't have the space nor the resources for that at this moment. However, that would certainly be a dream to have a cardiology / physiology laboratorio in my residence, even if it's shared with my soulmate, but that kind of a settled down residence. So in Italiano as laboratorio, in English as laboratory.